Welcome to the Yup Life podcast. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep sleeping.
So for the people who don't know, usually friends tend to, get your back. When you try to meet up somewhere, they always like to show up on time. Sometimes earlier. Steven over here delayed this podcast by about 30 minutes.
I wonder who this is about.
I just said Steven. But today we'll be talking about how it is important to be on time to things. And ships, as in
apostrophe ships.
Yeah, apostrophe ships. Steven, since you're late,
fill in the blank.
You should put. Have you ever seen Hardball?
I'm thinking of Moneyball, maybe.
They're like little kids that go play baseball,
nah.
And they're like, "We're going to the ship." What?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You could play that.
First things first.
Oh, get the burrs.
Today, our drink is...
What do we got going on?
St. Archer Blonde Ale. I don't think I've ever had this.
Ooh. I just saw it at the store and picked it up.
Brewed in San Diego.
It's a blonde.
That's what it says.
That's how Ruben doesn't like them? Wait, now he hates blondes.
For the record, I do not hate blonde.
Just kidding.
Every episode, I'm going to have to say something, don't I?
Yeah, dude.
Just apologize. Episode 17.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
17.
I don't know, rounding up. I tried recording a couple episodes while you were gone, but there was password protected. I was going to just explain my feelings and...
I mean, you can talk into it, it just won't record. No one's listening to you.
I have my phone recording.
Just a bunch of videos of Ruben crying with no sounds.
What are all of these?
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like light but hard at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's not bad.
I like it. I'll get this if I see.
I could go. I could snack with this. Like I could feel like I would need like pretzels, chips, like something like that bar food snack.
Did you get some?
I really like honey mustard pretzels.
I don't think I've had them. To tell you the truth, though.
Honey mustard?
Yeah, they're good.
I tend to stay away from stuff that is honey mustard.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really taste like honey mustard. It's just kind of.
I'm not a fan of brown mustard. Brown mustard? It's got like this weird toxic taste to me.
Toxic.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It tastes like acid or something that I shouldn't be eating.
You like the crayon yellow?
Oh, those I eat.
Okay.
Yeah, those are. They taste like mustard. I'm just kidding.
So
sweet. Let's talk about friends.
For friends who do things together. U.S. for you and me.
We gotta make a shout out. Shout out to our good
for anyone.
Oh, down in the big blue sea.
Something like that.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't? How do you?
I don't. What, is that off SpongeBob?
Did you have a deprived childhood or something?
Kinda. I just remember fun. I remember that one.
Oh, shout out to our boy Steven, who just became not this Steven.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's late. To our boy Steven, who just got promoted, staff sergeant. Hey.
Yeah.
Steven, when you're listening to this, we did a shout out. We love you.
I poured some beer on Joey's couch.
For your alive homies.
What's your criteria for a friend?
That is a good question.
Blonde, at least 5'6".
Nothing below a C cup.
Sorry, Joey, but that doesn't. We're both of us are not in that criteria.
You said ideal.
Oh.
You take what you can get.
So I think there's a big difference between like acquaintances and friends.
Big,
you know what I mean? Huge. I feel like a friend, like someone that you actually say a friend, is someone like you could depend on, but also let's say something wild like I call you up at like 2 a.m. I'm like, yo,
Flat tire,
I
car
kinda
won't
need
start.
you. Yeah.
Side of the road.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, been there once or twice.
Five
top of being
times.
late.
5 times I had to come get you for a blown out tire.
I didn't know we were counting, bro.
Not only do you not make it on time, but you drive a car that won't let you get there on time.
That is true. It's gonna be upgraded soon, before the end of the year.
I think you said that for the past 4
4
years.
I'm on record saying this shit.
You're gonna after we go to editing. Oh, can you cut that out? Can you?
Like, clap that shit out.
Yeah, definitely acquaintances are. I think acquaintances are people you just like. Yeah, definitely you just meet and like, oh hi, nice to meet you. Blah blah blah.
Like a Facebook friend.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays though only have acquaintances. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I find that kind of sad.
I think that if they aren't on a group text on your phone, they're probably not a friend.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good criteria, dude.
Think about it. Maybe not a group text, but at least in some recent thread of text on your phone.
Yeah.
Good thing I keep mine deleted. Wait.
Your friends or your...
Oh, my text messages.
Yeah, dude. Like, I know a bunch of people that are super outgoing and like, I like, oh man, like they're so popular, but I feel like they live kind of lonely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no group text messages in their phone.
There's Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Where they connect through people.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I should be nicer to my acquaintances though. So like I feel like I tend to ignore those people and just stick with the people that I know.
Yeah.
Is it that you ignore them or you just don't go out of your way to talk to them?
I think I ignore them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like
it's
they'll
like-
text you or try to talk
Yeah, I'll be
to you.
like, then I just throw my phone to the side.
So why is that? Just because you don't have a good connection with them or something in the past?
I think both. So I think one, as you see, I feel like I'm always pressed for time. So I'm like, are they worth it?
You pick and choose your priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like when I've had some acquaintances that I'm like, oh man, they're super cool. They're going to be like my best friend and then end up being shitty people. So I think I'm kind of like now at the young age of 26, I'm real like nervous about people now or like sketched out, you know?
How easy do you think it is to make new friends at our age and our status?
I think it's super easy, personally.
I agree.
Like
I think
to
it's
make
really easy.
long-lasting friends.
Ooh.
I think that's hard.
I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I met this guy. We're friends on Facebook now.
Yeah.
We get drinks once every 3 months.
I think it's real tough unless you find somebody that has the same interests as you, I guess.
Common ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really do that. Like, let's say you got to a bar. That's going to be tough. But if you...
Kind of like finding a girl at a bar that
Yeah.
you would take home to your parents.
Actually, yeah, it's almost the same thing. Like finding a friend, finding a girl.
Yeah.
You have to do it like, it has to be natural. Maybe pottery class.
Right.
You know?
But would you call them a friend if you're just doing those things with that person? Like,
No, you have to do other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you meet a friend in pottery class, but you only hang out with them in pottery class. That's like
Yeah.
an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a super acquaintance.
All right.
Because you have those people like even, I guess, like in certain places of your life, like work, maybe you kickball or like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm super good friends with this guy from like Muay Thai. I say like I'm super cool with him, but I don't ever hang out with him outside.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So that's an acquaintance?
That's an acquaintance.
Okay.
Yeah.
How important do you guys think friends are in your life?
Very.
Like, couldn't live without them?
I think so, but that's me.
You die without us, bro?
I'd be at a loss without you guys.
Dang.
Why do you think he cares so much that you're late?
True.
It's less time you get to spend with him.
I'm still mad inside, but I'm letting it calm down
All right.
because you're here.
I'll make it up to you later. dude.
Friends forgive. Friends forgive.
But they don't forget. I think it's very, very important. It's a whole. I think it's very, very important because, like,
They're a support system.
very, very. We've been very, very fortunate where we have friends that are push each other, or not if not push each other, they're very supportive of whatever everyone's doing and stuff. It's a very good support system. Sometimes you just have nowhere to go, and they could just point you in the right direction, just giving some advice, something to. I think it's the greatest, one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah.
I think it's very important.
How do you survive in life on your own? You can't figure everything out on your own.
No.
I mean, it'd be a lot of trial and error, but you'd rather get some pointers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree on that. Like, yeah, you do want to do as much as you can by yourself, but like you're saying, Joe, yeah, there's a point where in order to get help, you gotta reach out,
Right.
and yeah, people will be like, "We're more than happy to help."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's so many situations that you can't go to like your family too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like you feel like you could go to your friends. I think that's a huge
yeah.
thing. I guess.
Like, I just killed someone.
Yeah.
I can't tell my parents.
Help me like, bury the body. Yeah.
For the record, Joey has not killed anyone. It's not
Or has.
Disclaimers.
disclaimers. Disclaimers up the wazoo. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is definitely harder to make a longer lasting friendship as you get older, but it's not like saying it's not possible.
Is that because we do less things to expose ourselves to more people, or because we're just set in our ways and we don't want to accept change?
I think that is a factor, but I also think that growing up, you're kind of forced to hang out with people. You know, like you're at school, let's say for 6 hours a day, and then if you play a sport, you see that same group of people, and then during lunch, you see that common person, and then you go hang out with that person. You know what I mean? And
Right.
now it's almost like at our age, you go to work. I mean, you want to be there, but you don't really want to be there, and then like you kind of just want to get out and stuff like that. And you could also associate someone from work or with like stress. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh man, he reminds me of work.
Right.
Yeah.
So what if you had to move to a different state for work or whatever, and you had no friends? Like, what would you do to build new friendships again?
Social groups, something.
Yeah.
That's the only place to me, that's the only place I would know. I wouldn't want to try to hang out with coworkers too much, just because, like you're saying, Steven, you see them all day. Maybe you don't want to
shit where you eat.
Yeah. So I think social groups.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would force my way into their lives like I did with you guys. Like I just showed up one
persistent.
day. Dude, I just showed up one day and never fucking left. So I think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And then we just felt so guilty that
You know?
it's like a puppy.
Yeah.
You can't not adopt
And
a
then
puppy.
you can't like kick a puppy out.
Right.
So yeah.
So that's your idea of making friends. Just
I just forced my way into the coolest group of people.
that's borderline sexual assault, but you know.
It was a different time back then.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Just grab everyone by the genitals.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you have to be super outgoing to the point where you're uncomfortable almost. You know? If you're not an outgoing person.
Put yourself in awkward situations.
Definitely got to put, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just like a good lesson, period. You know?
Yeah.
Just make yourself uncomfortable. Good things are going to come out of it usually.
Like going to Craigslist on the like male seeking male. Just try to find some friends on there. Like, is that a good idea?
I mean, you might get a twofer. You might get a friend and
My ad's Big Daddy 69.
okay.
So if anyone's
Wants to meet up.
if anyone wants to meet up,
Just straight like adultfinder.com. Oh man.
Is there such thing as too many friends?
I don't think so. Me personally,
I think you could get to a point where they're no longer friends and they're again acquaintances.
Because you can't satisfy everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to sound real cocky, but like I've had people that want to become part of my life, and I think they're cool. It's just like, I don't think I have time for that. You know what I mean? And then it would take away from my main group of friends. And
Why don't
stuff
you
like that.
incorporate them into our group of friends?
That's a good question. And I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know why I'm like this, but I usually like to be at somebody else's house and I don't bring like my stuff into that. If that makes sense.
Not really, but
It doesn't. Because you guys do, like, you brought a bunch of people. You brought a bunch of people. I don't bring anybody, dude.
to your house.
No, I mean, like,
Just
oh,
to
oh,
group,
house
friend
to the
group
group.
to
Okay.
Yeah.
introduce.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's weird.
You trying to keep a secret life from us?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, we always talk about like, oh, you have this friend in Muay Thai and this friend in this and this high school friend and this buddy, and I don't think I've met any of them.
No, dude.
I
I don't know why. Like, I should probably bring them around.
I think the only friend I met was
dumb.
Matt.
Yeah. And he's crazy.
One guy out of. Do you have other friends? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're all acquaintances. Oh, this is weird.
So
You're my only friends.
that's what. Back to what Stephen was. Back to what Stephen was saying is that
you.
about maybe having too many friends.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Is like I think when you get older, you do more things or you try to do hobbies and stuff like that, and it is hard to make time for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's harder to make friends as you're older, just because you, like you're saying, you kind of want to do you at the same point, but yeah, like it's hard to satisfy everyone.
But what if, like, if they're real friends, you should just be able to pick up where you left off
Yeah,
3,
That's
4,
true.
5, 6 months ago.
That's true.
In my opinion.
but are those acquaintances?
Yes and no. Sometimes.
Because then that means back to what Stephen was saying. You get a drink, you meet up with them every 2 times every 3 months or something. You know,
Yeah. So I guess, let me put it this way: a couple of friends that you've had that have moved to California, close friends, would you call them friends still? Like,
yeah, okay, yeah, I still would.
but
consider
you probably
friends.
only see them once or twice a year.
Yeah, and I think the reason why I associate them as friends is just because I know a lot about them. If that makes any sense.
I also think like you established that friendship before they moved, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like if you met them once and then they moved and then you just saw them once every 4 months or something like that, that might be a different story.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a well established system.
If you were going to pick one number of friends that you could have that was ideal, 5, 10, 15,
within around 10, like give or take probably 2 people.
and are all these friends ideally the same group of friends or separate?
Same.
Okay.
Because I think my also problem with bringing like other friends into our group is that they also have their group of friends. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's a bit tough.
You don't think they'll
to coordinate.
will clash together?
No, I think everybody will clash together. It's just like, do we really go to a bar with 40 people?
Yeah.
Mob deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
To take a party bus every weekend.
Uber is expensive,
Rent
bro. Like Uber XL's like what?
Start thinking party buses and tables.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Maybe we could use them for that. What's up? Just kidding, acquaintances. You know who you are.
I don't know what the magical number is. I don't know. I really could not
Well,
at any point. I could not put like
if you had 20 close friends,
close friends.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's probably too many.
Close. Okay, now is this best friends or friends?
Just close friends.
Don't include like, let's say like their spouses or anything like that. Like just close friends.
What's close friends? Like
like
best
the friends you have that are close now. Multiply that.
I have a lot of close friends.
Add 20 because 0 plus 20 is 20.
It took me a second to get that one.
Oh god. God damn it, Joey.
Ba-dum-dum. I don't know. I really couldn't answer that because I feel like I have a lot of close friends and I just don't know.
50 is too many.
Yeah, 50. That's like my MySpace page.
Zero.
You can only. It's gonna like back to MySpace. You only can have top 8 friends.
That is
If
true.
not, then everyone else gets jealous and you have to start knocking them down. Thank God MySpace made it where you can add more friends to
Yeah.
it. Oh, it solved a lot of issues back in the day. To tell you.
It's hilarious. What about you, Jay? What do you think?
Well, I think 50 is too many. I think 0 is not enough. So
Right.
meet in the middle somewhere. What'd you say, 10?
I said 10, give or
Yeah,
take.
5 to 10.
Yeah. That seems about right.
I would rather have 5 really close friends than 20 friends,
Same.
or like 2 to 3 really close friends.
Same. Yeah, it sucks when you can't trust people.
That's the biggest thing right there is
Yeah, when gossip
trust.
goes around between a friend group,
Dude, that's really weird.
we don't have that, which
We don't.
we're pretty blessed.
But what about that one? What about that one guy?
you said
hashtag blessed?
gossip girls.
Gossip girls.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't really have too much.
we don't
drama.
have any drama.
Nah. Except I hate. That's good. No, dude. Like, we also don't have a lot of competition. You know, like I don't think anybody puts anybody down or looks at the other person like, oh man, I want to be there.
I just put
like,
down people that are late all the time. That's all.
Fuck you, dude.
Ruben looks up to me.
Oh, literally,
Literally.
Yeah.
I told his girlfriend that if anything was to happen to me,
Yeah.
I want her to go up like during my service and tell that joke, and that's it. Just say that and walk off.
Mic drop.
Yeah, mic drop. Pretty much. That's it.
That's
it.
hilarious.
That's all I want her to do.
Multi-person eulogy. Everyone just takes a turn at telling a Ruben joke.
All my corny jokes.
That's actually not bad. Do you know that I'm the shortest person in a group of friends?
No, you're not.
No, I think you're taller than me.
Nah, dude. You're taller.
Bullshit.
With
Yeah.
or without the hair.
Oh, without.
You got volume there.
I got hella volume, bro.
Got the poof.
Pantene Pro V. Shout out sponsors. What's up?
No,
Yeah, dude. I straight up.
I think it's between. I'm definitely the runner-up for shortest then.
you might be.
Anything below 6 feet is the same to me. I don't know the difference.
Dang.
Sorry,
Yeah.
tall people problems over
I
here.
know, dude.
Man.
You and Steven, the Twin Towers.
And he was just talking about talking down. He doesn't like to.
I know,
talk-
right? Yeah.
Literally top down.
Putting each other down, huh?
Dude, it gets hot up here.
Heat rises.
Joey, what made you consider having a best friend like me?
Wow.
Are you putting me on the spot right
A little
now?
bit, a little bit.
Wow.
What qualities do I have?
You signed his lease.
You pay me rent.
I guess no, but the real question is like, what would, like we're talking about friends and like close friends. Like, when's the point where you like, I can tell you anything and I know you won't say shit?
Oh, dude.
When do you know that person's that person?
Joe, you want to go first?
Because everyone's got those instances where something comes up and you're like, I'm just not comfortable about talking anything about this to anyone. And all of a sudden you're like, who do I run to? And like, well, hey, I got this thing.
You don't know when that point is. You just have to have faith and trust them.
Kind of go out on a limb.
Yeah. There's never one turning point. You're like, okay, now I trust this guy. I'm going to tell him my deepest, darkest secret.
But do you go like first night, or do you go like, let's say like
Right.
5
First date?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or do you go like 5 months and you still don't feel comfortable? Like you just know.
How drunk am I?
Okay. That's a good response.
Nah, that's a tough question to answer, but it's a feeling.
Yeah, I think
More than a feeling.
I tend to wait until they say something about them. So like, cool, got that card in my pocket.
Now I got dirt.
Yeah, I can say some stuff now. No, but yeah, dude, it's a feeling for sure, and then you just never really know though either, because you could have that feeling and be wrong.
True.
So
I find more often not that I am wrong
Right.
about that.
Wrong? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, get some dirt first. That's a good.
Right.
It's a good key.
I think I have too much faith in people that they're a good person.
Do you, dude?
do.
I used to have that until recently. I had like a really good. I'll explain the story. I won't drop any names. I had like a person that I thought like I could bring into the group actually, and
Do we know this person?
no.
Okay.
And I got super close to that person and like exchanging like stories and stuff, and then just like shit on me, dude. So now like this happened within like the last 2 years or so. So now I'm like real cautious towards people.
You've been hurt.
I've been hurt, man. I'm heartbroken. It hurts. It hurts to talk about, guys.
Drink to that.
Drink.
Drown it.
But yeah. Plus, like, I feel like if you don't have that feeling within the first, like, I don't know, month, then you might not ever have that feeling with that person.
This leads to the perfect segue. It's just like dating. You don't know within, in the first couple weeks or so if it's going to work out,
Yeah,
and
what's the time frame on that? When are you like, all right, it's been a month, it's over, or it's been X weeks?
it's been 6 weeks, or it's been 1 week since you looked
Yeah.
at me. I don't
That's
know the
all I
rest.
know. That's all I
The
know.
Chinese chicken. Bare Naked Ladies, in case anyone didn't know where that song's come from.
So like knowing it's gonna work out, like once you're already in a relationship.
You're dating someone.
Okay.
Start dating someone.
I want to say it's within the first couple weeks.
So first few dates or so.
Yeah, first few dates you kind of know.
For the record, women, yes, we do talk about this stuff. It's not just girls. I know girls like, oh, when should I say I love you and stuff? We do the same.
That is real sexist, dude. Let me tell
Oh
you
God,
what.
I was just kidding. I apologize.
You are,
No,
Ruben. You're gonna have to do a disclaimer for that one, buddy. Tell you the truth though, I have not talked about this subject until this podcast.
God damn it.
So, women and Ruben really talk about this subject.
I'm very open about my feelings.
But I think it's harder knowing that somebody likes you, like even before you start dating. You know, are they a friend? Could they be more than a friend? How do you know? That's
It's
a serious question.
She just a friend. Oh, how's that?
You got what I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was on over this past weekend at Copper Blues. Remember what that song was playing?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Copper Blues. That
Shout
was a
out.
good time.
Shout out to Adam. That was a blast. Yeah, boy. For the record, I am not an expert at any of this stuff. I'm just talking freely.
Opinions, dude.
Opinions.
These are
Opinions, dude. We'll
I
add a
just-
disclaimer somewhere.
Every time we change topics, Joey just adds in like a standard a disclaimer, like a robot.
Just completely stops the video and audio. And
Yeah. It's not the audio, it's just like verbiage starts rolling down the screen.
It's awesome.
So at our age, most people are not married.
No.
I think the average is around 30, late 20s. Don't quote me on it, but
That sounded about right when we looked it up before.
yeah.
It was definitely less than like a third.
So when's the right time to get married?
Damn.
When you feel ready.
Good question. Yeah.
When you find the perfect person.
Let's expand on that, Ruben.
That's what my mom always told me.
Did she tell you you're a beautiful boy too? And you're really smart and stuff. You're special. Did she always say that? I think it's gonna vary person by person a lot. So I feel like a lot of people do feel like, especially if you have friends that are married, they usually not pressure you, but they kind of do. They're like, come into our club, kind of a thing. And
It's an exclusive club.
yeah, it definitely is. But I think it varies for everybody. And even if you're not ready, I guess, like, and you're still with that person, doesn't mean you don't see that in the future. And then you could also be with that person and not see it.
Right.
But I think it just varies person by person. Some people like just know and will get married within like a year of like dating somebody.
I see.
How do you guys feel about weddings in general? At first I was like, yeah, it's something to do. Have a big one, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm getting older. I'm like, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of planning. You don't even get to enjoy it because you're talking, greeting, and interacting with people. The weddings I've been to, the bride and groom don't even eat their dinner,
which is crazy.
The 6 to 12 months of planning before the wedding, you hate your life.
It looks stressful.
The 1 to 2 years after the wedding you spend paying the wedding off are no fun, unless you have help from parents or savings or whatever. Weddings just don't sound appealing to me, like at least big ones. It sounds fun and all that, but it's only one fucking night. It's like, what, 6 hours?
I know.
It's not even a whole day.
Well, you're gonna be busy the whole day, but
Right.
no, yeah. The whole ceremony and everything. Yeah,
I hate to sound so bitter about it, but
No, I completely, I feel you on that. Imagine taking that money, investing it in something that you guys both like.
dude, how about just take that money and put it on into a honeymoon?
Yeah, just a honeymoon.
Yeah,
Let's go to fucking Paris or some shit.
for months.
Yeah,
Not months, but you know what I mean.
almost pretty much on the cause of a big wedding. You could definitely do that. Not a month, but
They're averaging what, 15, 20, 30,000,
yeah,
something like that.
it's my student loans.
It's a car.
Yeah.
It's,
I agree. It's like it's very, very expensive, and you could do so much more with that. Just to be devil's advocate, I think that's the term.
I think we need that.
Some families see it as traditional, a big wedding and stuff like that. Some people find tradition very valuable to them, and also their family. It's something that they hold very close to them. People that have religious backgrounds and everything, they see it as part of that as well. They want to stick to that, and it's the cost, but
That makes
them,
sense. Like to them, it's just money. This means a lot more to me.
Yeah, exactly. They see it as something
it's priceless.
for the people that see it like that. Like,
I don't think our generation is like that anymore.
I feel like there is some people, but I think we're very analytical when it comes to feelings, even in like just everything.
Seeing, like we were talking about, Joey, seeing like the wedding, like you seeing the not physical, but the actual price
The
of
logistics.
it, the logistics and everything. It's
When you take a step back and get over the grandiose feelings and the excitement of a wedding, it's like, like you said, analyzing it. Just think about it for a second, take a step back, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. Some people, I guess, want that commitment though too.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying not having a wedding. I'm saying not having a big wedding and a big party and an expensive thing for. Like, I'm all for like marriage and being with someone and promising yourself to them, but it's between me and that person. It's not between 300 people and $30,000.
That's true.
that's a good point. That's
I don't know,
between you two.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know, dude. It's the same thing with like parties. I mean, with birthday parties. It's like it's my party, but why am I celebrating with a bunch of people?
Yeah,
kind of a thing. It's like you're just celebrating it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You're celebrating it.
How do you feel about the opposite though? Then you're against big weddings, but let's say you just go to court. You don't have anybody there.
I'm pretty much a somewhere in the middle kind of guy with everything in life. I don't like to spend a lot on something. I don't like to spend a little on something. I like to get what I pay for.
That makes sense.
So a wedding, I don't want to have a courthouse wedding where they only allow 2 people in the courthouse.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
But I don't want to have a 300-person wedding.
Okay.
Which I not to brag, but I feel like I could have a wedding that big,
right,
with family and friends. But I don't want to.
Yeah, that's tough.
I have some friends. We have some friends that are getting married right now, and they're pretty stressed out.
Yeah.
With organizing, not necessarily organizing. It's just there's a lot of logistics that goes to it. A very, very lot.
Mm-hmm. What about honeymoons? Where would you guys go on a honeymoon if you had to pick one place?
Ooh.
You get 10 days.
Ooh.
To go one place.
Ruben, go first.
I'll pick a hotel down Van Buren Street and no idea.
Just get a lot of water and Gatorade because we ain't leaving, girl. You better stay hydrated.
I would not want to do Hawaii, that's for sure. The only reason why is Hawaii seems like the typical. I would like to do Hawaii as an anniversary type of deal thing, but I would like, I don't know, something just different. I wouldn't know, but.
Go ahead, Joey.
Something tropical for sure.
I feel that.
I've kind of been to the more tropical areas around the U.S., Caribbean, Hawaii, maybe somewhere like Southeast Asia.
Is Thailand in Southeast
Yeah.
Asia? Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If I have to wear a jacket, I don't want to go. You know?
Yeah.
So, definitely somewhere with the beach, clear water. I think Bahamas would be nice. Never been. Thailand seems kind of sketchy though, like Southeast Asia. Just personally thinking about it, I think I'd rather go somewhere like, where's Jamaica? Is that in the Bahamas?
It's south, those islands down there.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Just make sure you don't go down during hurricane season.
That's the worst. Yeah. What?
That's. Are they? Do you guys know if they're back? Oh, did Jamaica get hit too? Yeah, they got hit too.
Yeah. I know Puerto Rico got hit pretty good.
Yeah. Shout out to Pitbull sending his private airplane.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Mr. 305.
305.
I thought it was 805.
Is it?
No, I'm just kidding. I made that joke last week.
On the podcast?
Yeah. I was like, Mr. 805. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's true.
Joey, we can't be reusing the same jokes over and over again.
Nah,
People listen
man.
to this.
Oh.
No, that's perfect.
I'm just kidding.
They're going to start saying this shit.
Trademark.
There you go. Trademark.
You had something you want to talk about?
Let's talk about like dating. I think Ruben's the expert at dating. He's the most recent
That is true, buddy.
person, but
I feel like I wouldn't know how to talk to a girl at this point. Like if I had to like all of a sudden start dating again.
you think you would be bad at it?
I think I'd be bad at it, but I figure it out pretty quick.
You don't think you'd have a lot of confidence because you've kind of been around the block a few times?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
But you kind of know what not to do and what to do, right?
I think so.
Like, you know how to make out with a girl now. You're not like, oh shit, I gotta kiss this girl.
do I?
I'm assuming.
What? There's other positions than missionary? I think like that wise, yes, I know what to do, but like I feel like keeping somebody intrigued at the beginning.
Dude, you just gotta be yourself. If they don't like you for that,
Maybe.
I don't
know. Dude.
I don't think that's true.
I would learn like some game like to play. Like I don't know. Try
You
to
don't
become
think-
like the player of all time.
you don't think that's true? Just be yourself?
I mean, to a certain extent.
Dude, if you like fool them in the beginning, they're just gonna be like,
That's when you trap
You're
them
a
in.
li- you're a
That's when you
liar.
trap them in.
Bro,
You're a liar.
You got to be a highlight reel, I think, of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what yeah.
Like maybe be yourself,
Yeah,
but
but-
be the highlight reel.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so think about have you guys seen Planet Earth?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I blanked for a second, but yes.
there's I forgot, I think it was the first one, but there's this bird that a lot of birds, what they do is they dance. They try to show themselves off like, hey, look at me.
We can dance if we want to.
Yeah.
Leave your friends behind. Your friends don't dance.
God damn it.
He dances?
Yeah, dude.
The bird dances, right? Trying to attract the other person. Well, not person, but the other bird and be like, hey, look at me. The highlight reel.
The highlight reel.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
I wouldn't.
go ahead.
Sorry. I don't know how to highlight reel, let's say like at a bar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to do that.
That's not a place to pick up girlfriends. It's a place to pick up chicks.
Correct.
Chicks is not the right term. Where he meant nice
Bitches.
Dude, Zyers, Z's, okay?
What?
Yeah.
What do you...
All the pronouns.
An
dude.
attractive person of their liking is what he meant.
Yes.
You fucking people.
I'm just trying to cover us from being sued, dude.
Dude, covered all our bases.
We got no money for that, dude. Come on.
You can sue us all you want. We ain't got
man.
shit.
We got
You're
shit.
going to take this table? Oh, man. We'll make another, bitches.
Oh, man. Okay.
Chop my head off, two will grow.
Ruben, dude, you got something.
I'm losing it.
So your highlight reel.
Highlight reel. So that's what like.
Dude, you're so fidgety today.
I don't know. It's the crack.
It's the blondes.
So it's like
It's the blondes.
the blondes.
They make him nervous.
Yeah.
for the record, what he's referring to is the beer.
Oh God, we don't need disclaimers on everything, Ruben.
I remember Ruben saying like the last time you went on like a first date or
I get
something.
nervous.
You're like, I gotta be funny. I gotta be funny. It's like, do you though?
Yes, I think so. You got to make them giggle. That's how you got. Like I think it's you. You got to find. They got to make them somehow laugh because it's like, oh, that was joyful. They're gonna think back and be like, oh, they said that stupid joke. Haha, that was actually kind of funny. I don't know. There's little things like that.
But different people have different kinds of humor.
That's true.
So
That's
how
different.
do you just be globally funny?
Dude,
You
Kevin Hart's not going to be funny.
But that's
Sorry,
like,
Kevin
it's,
Hart.
it's testing waters too. It's dating. Like it's the first time like you throw a joke out there. Okay, maybe that one didn't work. Let's try this other joke.
That one didn't work.
Globally funny, but like then I don't know. It's just kind of like
Dude, I feel like I'm just building a web of lies.
Yeah.
no, it's not. I wouldn't say web of lies. It's just like
You said trap them in a fucking web, right?
That's what you got to do.
Steven, help me out.
Yeah.
Pull me out of this one.
Now you're digging yourself a hole.
I sound like an asshole now.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, we have different opinions on this, obviously.
Yeah.
But if a girl doesn't like me for who I am on the first date, she's not the one for me.
Yeah. I think, dude, so I think there's so many people out there with so many different likes that like, oh, hey, I like a funny person. Oh, hey, I like the way he drinks his beer. Like, dude, they'll like someone will like something of you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I agree. You don't have to be someone else. You want to turn it up, be the highlight reel. If you are funny,
And-
be extra funny.
And no one really likes everything about you.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Nobody's
no?
gonna-
No.
I'm just kidding.
Wait, no. Yeah. Like I'm late all the time.
It's not like I'm not saying like change or I don't know. It's like
I get it,
know.
But you're putting on a front.
Not necessarily a front. It's more of like I don't know. You're putting effort to it. You want to put effort into something, and I
see both
like,
sides. I agree with you.
you know you.
but I agree with Joey too.
I don't know. I don't know. Like
But trying to get a girl to like you is
it's not necessarily trying to make her like you. It's just trying to get her attention to a certain extent.
okay.
It's,
Okay.
It's
It's almost like also like if you meet somebody new, don't you kind of go out of your way to make them feel comfortable?
Yeah.
that's
You know what I mean? Like it's almost the exact same way.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Steven.
I
Thank
don't
you.
walk up to someone new and have a conversation like I do with you guys. It's different.
Right.
No, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like if you're in a I don't know in a setting that you're forced to interact, you want to make that person feel as comfortable as possible. I think it's the same thing with, I guess, women. Or desires, these whatever
you're into.
whatever you're into.
I don't know
yes.
what you're saying.
Dude,
Zaire?
No.
You haven't heard of Zaires, right?
Educate this boy.
Is that a city? Is that a city in Mexico?
I think it's like a person.
Zaire.
It's like a person that chooses that can change what they want to be, or they have nothing. Which one is it? I can't.
Is it called pronouns or prefixes?
Pronouns.
Okay, so someone that doesn't
Like
identify with
Him, her, she.
Yes.
Yeah.
someone that doesn't identify with that, you can use a Z in front.
Like Zim.
Zim. Zaire. You don't want it. Joey just started cracking up. I don't know, man. It's out there.
All right.
Yeah.
To each their own. I don't care, but I just don't understand. I'm ignorant.
But back to what Steven was saying, I like highly agree what he was saying. It's like you're putting an effort. Like you don't want to be a person like, oh, hi. Like it's something just, you're trying just to see how it goes. And like, yeah, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out in the story. But you not necessarily putting a front, you're just trying to make them feel comfortable, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I like that, Steven. That was beautiful. That was poetry right
Don't
there.
come off as a creep, is what you're saying?
Yeah. And I feel like also if you like, I gotta be funny. Like if you come off as a dork, even if you're outgoing like that, they'll probably feel more comfortable.
True.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that one I was trying to be too funny. I was like, didn't work out too well, but like, yeah.
It's whatever.
Confidence.
Life goes
always,
on.
always,
Yeah.
always. Whoever's listening, always be confident. That's
Fake
the
it.
number one.
Fake it till you make it.
It's
Especially with confidence.
Even if you don't have it.
you just the most important thing. Number one rule of dating. I had just be confident.
So you go on a date, you find a girl. Oh, you want to add to it?
I wanted to add one thing to it.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna.
You go first.
I got rule number 2, but if we're still on being confident,
I was just gonna say confident. Realize that other people aren't confident either. Like if you're not confident and you're on a date,
that's a good one.
like you're super nervous, that other person is probably super
Yeah.
nervous too. So if you fuck up or you say something stupid, like just know they probably understand and
It's not
feel
the
the
end
same
of the
way.
world.
Yeah, they feel probably the exact same way, and they probably feel more comfortable because you said something stupid. So
Yeah, break the ice.
yeah, just be normal. Don't be a creep either.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, try not avoid that as all possible. Jay, you were gonna say something, or were you gonna add to that? I was gonna add it. And then number 2, just accept.
What comes into
No.
your mouth? Just accept it.
Just accept that it doesn't work out.
Ooh, okay.
You know, like
So like if it doesn't work out, just
Yeah.
be like, all right.
yeah,
I'm a sucker for that. Like, just trying to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like past the point of I should stop.
Okay.
so you like to trap them.
No, the other way around. Like, there's no reciprocal signals,
And you're just
and
like,
I'm just like, I'm gonna keep trying. This time for real.
dude.
All right, this time.
What sucks though is that sometimes persistence pays off.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. So like
That's why I try it, but it feels stupid.
yeah.
I feel like an idiot.
I bet. And like I have a story of someone in high school that I just know. I don't personally really talk to them, so I could probably say this. It was like some dude liked this one girl for a very long time, right? He was not that good looking. She was very good looking. And he like, I don't know how, but just persisted his way to the point where like they now have kids. And she would say no to him for 3 years straight and then somehow just ended up with him. So
Sounds like the plot to She's Out of My League.
it does, doesn't it? But persistence sometimes pays off. Just don't. I think my biggest thing, don't be a creep.
Dude, when they don't say no or like, I don't want to see you anymore or like anything, I'll keep going
Okay.
because I don't get the okay. You know, I don't get the no.
I feel you. I feel like a lot of people try to be nice though.
They just like start ignoring you. I would get that a lot. Like they just ignore you, and I'm like, just fucking tell me you don't like me.
Ghosted.
Ghosted, dude.
So you're one of the people that like, just be literal. Tell me you don't like
Yeah,
me.
you won't hurt my feelings. You're hurting my feelings by ghosting me.
That makes sense. I don't know. Ghost me all you want. I'll eventually catch on.
But ghosting is like, when do you catch on?
Mm-hmm.
How many double texts do you send before you feel it?
I do 23.
I like how that's a specific number.
So you
Persistent. So
go on dates, you get this girl, you're in a relationship. How do you sustain this relationship?
Ooh.
Through fights, through moving in together, through financial issues.
I think that's one of the toughest questions of all time. One, no. I want to say one, be understanding that you're not always right, and understand that perception is sometimes reality for people. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
sometimes they could think you did something wrong. You don't think that at all,
Right.
but that's the way it's perceived. So
Dude, I'm all about communication. Like if someone does perceive something like that,
yeah.
tell me and I'll clarify. Or
I feel like most people aren't like that though, you know?
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done, but that's what I really like is someone that can just tell me that they are offended or have an issue.
or triggered.
Or triggered. I feel like that's we're gonna insult all the Zyres here, but very male thing, like
Common sense and
we're
logic.
literal, and like it's steps 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
As to where females is like,
Emotional.
yeah, it's step 4 first, and then you go back to step 1. It just doesn't make sense to me or to us.
The way I look at it is
He's like flashbacks.
I know.
yeah.
Nom start to shake.
Non-flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, your guys are never agree on some, like, there's things that you guys are just not going to agree on. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
A wise man once told me many, many years ago, and I think it's holds true. Pick your battles. I don't know. I think it holds true. And I have another friend. She's dating someone, and they have their, fights and stuff like that. And I told her about what the wise man once told me, and she's done that, and it's helped her. Kind of like, okay, like, I don't know.
One thing that I found is that there's always going to be one person that can't let shit go in a relationship.
Like always or sometimes?
That always has to win. If that makes sense. So like
Competitive?
almost. So like you know how like you pick your battles?
Yeah.
There has to be at least one person in the relationship. Cuz the other like there's always one person that will not pick the battles and will be like, "No, we're fucking I'm telling you that I'm winning. Like I know this. I'm right."
It's like that's just being hard-headed, though.
Yeah, man. Some people are like that.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to win. But, you got to choose your battles.
Me personally, I just hate being mad. Like, I refuse to be mad about anything. I
always heard that the first person to get upset in an argument loses.
Dang.
Which is kind of true because they're the one that kind of lost their cool.
Yeah.
So if you're having a discussion and someone starts to get angry, they kind of ruin the whole situation.
That's true.
So by not getting mad and keeping cool, you will have a discussion, not an argument.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Let me take that back. I've gotten mad a couple times.
Of course, you do.
But
There's,
that's
like stuff that pisses you off.
Yeah.
What do you do when you do get pissed off? Like you're trying to keep your cool.
When you're having a discussion?
Sure.
I personally think that nothing ever gets done when one or both people are upset, because it just becomes an argument and you don't resolve anything. So I think you got to just take a step back and cool down, or revisit the situation later.
Mm-hmm. Do you? I don't know. I think like it's easy for people that don't, I guess, live together. Because you could just, all right, see ya. And like we'll talk about this later.
Is that easier or harder? Because then you're thinking about it the whole time you're separated.
I think it gives you I guess both ways, but it does give you a chance to cool down. What do you do if you live there with that person?
I think you could walk out of the room, take a walk. I don't know. Or just
Peace out
learn
a
to
little
figure
bit.
it out and level yourself out on your own right there.
That is a good view.
I don't know. This is all ideally, but in real life scenarios, it almost never happens.
Everybody acts different.
Yeah. But when I get in an argument with someone or like a heated discussion, I do my best to not get angry. Unless they start insulting me or calling me names or like accusing me of things, then I get angry.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I have no idea. That's why I'm curious. I'm learning.
Why are you frantically taking notes?
Yeah. Smoke's coming out of your pencil.
So you talked about moving in or living together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you feel about moving in together? Not you and I, but...
Oh, what? Invite? That's a room? That's me.
I moved in first.
When you're in the doghouse, I've got an extra room for you.
Yes. I'm only a minute away. It's perfect.
I think like millennials and yuppies tend to move in together before marriage
I think so.
based on like our delaying of marriage and our financial situations, where having a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,000 to $1,200,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is way too expensive
For one person.
on your own.
Yeah.
For all, the amount of space you get. I mean, you can have a mortgage for that much, but
And get more space.
yeah, but with student loans and whatnot, it's just more cost effective to move in together and split the rent or have roommates.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally have never lived on my own. I've always had a roommate for, like financial reasons or whatever. But like, how do you guys think that people should move in together before they get married or not?
Yes.
Yes, they should.
Yes.
Short answer, but you want to elaborate?
Try it before it's forever.
Yeah, I think you don't really know a person until you live with them, because you could straight up just be a highlight reel. You know what I mean? And you could go on a bunch of dates. I could just be a highlight reel, but you wake up next to me, figure out that I snore, have some bad morning breath, have to pop up a couple pimples before I go out. Like it's a different story.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, but if you, not knowing that stuff, if you love someone truly, you will accept all of those things before moving in with them.
Right. But I feel like
that's not a real thing.
damn.
You got to know everything.
First things first on the realist.
I agree, but how much can you really love somebody without knowing everything about them?
Yeah, Steven.
How could you stop loving someone because they have bad breath
Ooh.
or fart in their sleep?
Correct, sir. But touche. No, so let's say you're dating somebody, right? And let's say you just see each other on the weekends, Saturday nights. I don't think you really could fall in love with somebody that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could very much like somebody and then begin that phase. But then starting to see their faults and stuff like that, that's when you start realizing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, you would see their faults through other means.
Ideally.
Ideally.
But,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. The way you put it was like superficial faults.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I mean, like,
How does living with someone let you see their, oh my gosh, what am I asking? Real faults.
yeah, I think
How does that change it?
you're putting, so in dates, let's say dates, you're usually in a controlled environment. Right.
In public.
Yeah, you're in public. You chose that restaurant or wherever you're going. You have like an itinerary almost. But like when I want to say live with somebody, shit pops up that you will never see if you're on a date.
Right. But what about,
Or even maybe you just spend a lot of time with the person. Maybe you don't really live with them, but you are constantly over. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Or something like that.
That's what I was thinking, is that the middle ground is you're dating someone and they're over sometimes and you spend the night sometimes at their place occasionally. Is that enough to know that you want to marry somebody?
Good question. Ruben, do you have a...
I have no idea. No comment.
I think it truly depends. So if you have a cupboard or something in their like house, like maybe they gave you like, here's your space in the closet. You could definitely know somebody. I feel like if you ever get bored, you can still leave. Have you ever been in a situation where you're just bored and you're forced to like be with somebody? You kind of get to know them on an even deeper level.
I don't know.
Like you have nothing to do.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, like you have nothing. Like you can't go anywhere. You're just on a couch. Everything you've watched on TV sucks. What do? You know what I mean? Like you start kind of figuring out who the person is.
I can see that.
But I think you can start falling in love with somebody like, or start getting a very deep connection if you're over all the time and stuff like that.
All right. I just wanted to argue with you.
I know. I like it.
But yeah, I come from a very traditional like Catholic family that, you know, you don't move in together before you're married.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of like my familial expectations.
That's a very common thing though, right?
Yeah.
Like usually, yeah, I guess you don't buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free.
Right. Wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
I don't think that's
Just
what they're trying to
kidding, I know.
instill.
No, don't you have to trade the cow to the parents?
No, you get the cow when you marry the woman.
You trade the cow for a loaf of bread?
Yeah. Wait.
What? Shoguns? What? No, man.
Dowry?
But what if you trade 2 cows?
Oh, then you living the life, brother. You get 2 cows, man.
You guys want to talk about the taboo sex before marriage?
Sure. Are you for it? Against it? Don't care.
Personally, like for everyone, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, like to everybody, whatever. But you personally,
Yeah. I think it's
that was a long breath, dude.
I have to think about it. Give me a minute.
Okay. Do you want? I could go.
Yeah, I don't like this topic. I have
Okay.
nothing to say on this one either.
I
I'll just
I
listen.
could kind of expand on it. Like I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think it's very, very tough because you could not be compatible. Do you know what I mean? And
Like,
I think
are you
like
saying
It
like
just doesn't fit. If the shoe doesn't
you
fit,
got a square peg and it's not going in the circle hole kind of a thing. It's just it's just not
right?
it's not working. That could be very well a thing. It could also be that
Is sex a defining factor in a relationship? Is it
think
a
so.
deal breaker?
I want to say like people are maybe different. Personally, it definitely is.
So if they just suck in bed, you don't
Nope.
you don't want to train them or
No training. they're uncoordinated. It's gonna be bad. Like you don't know, man. Things break. Like you can't, dude. Like yeah, it's no bueno. If shit doesn't work out in the bedroom. Plus, like you trying to have kids. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge thing.
what if you never have sex and you find out they're not the same gender you thought they were?
Dude, that's a huge thing. What if you this is going to be a tough question to answer, but what if you find out they can't have kids?
I don't mind.
Okay.
I would find other ways.
Okay.
But that varies person to person because some people don't want kids. Some people want their own kids.
Yeah.
But I would try to find medical ways to, maybe
To induce.
extract the egg or,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? Artificially inseminate. I don't know.
Try every other means possible.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
Let's talk about red flags real quick because we skipped over that, which is
Ooh, that's a good one.
kind of a hot topic for dating. Biggest pet peeve or red flag? Go, Ruben.
Damn. Go.
they're too much into themselves.
Shoot, Steven.
Don't have a sense of humor.
Joey, go.
They can't hold an intelligent conversation.
Ooh, let's all expand on these. What was yours, Ruben, again?
Mine was the there's no red flags. They're all wonderful people.
Dude,
Damn.
He
all
said-
women are beautiful?
Ruben said
You
What did
said
I say?
Too into themselves,
two
right?
of themselves, but Ruben loves it when girls walk all over him.
Do I?
Dang.
I mean, I don't know if you love it, but that seems to be your trend.
I think let me try to defend you here, Ruben. I think Ruben likes a certain type of girl, and a lot of those have big personalities.
I don't have a big personality.
Big
Yeah,
personality?
yeah. Me and Joey are weaking over here. Oh man.
So you go.
Wait, you didn't elaborate.
Yeah, you should
I don't need
elaborate
to.
at all. Okay.
Can we
so-
elaborate for you?
Yeah, can we?
You guys go ahead. It's
So
all your
he
wording.
said they're too into themselves. Like they're more in tune with themselves than having a mutual relationship.
Or is he talking about like physical wise? Like he's like they spend hours getting ready and that's all they care about. They're probably looking at the spoon.
Taking
like
selfies.
Yeah, like maybe you go out to eat and they're using their spoon to reflect and like check themselves out, or like what are you talking about?
Yes.
So
Stuff like that.
Their
So
physical image.
physical image. It's like
Okay.
yeah. And then they'll end up not necessarily not talking about themselves, but I guess they talk about their physical image a lot. Like sometimes, yeah, of course, because like like okay, yeah, everyone likes to talk about themselves, but it's like,
But dude, I'm gonna see you without any makeup on eventually.
yeah.
I
don't know.
I could say that I'm kind of the opposite. Like I need a girly girl and someone that like is almost into themselves kind of a way.
You want a princess.
Yeah. Like I don't like boyish girls. Not boyish. I shouldn't say that. Like
Are you disclaimering?
disclaimer right now. All girls can do whatever they want. No, so like
Zero.
yeah, this is Zers. Yeah, like
Isn't that the dude on Destiny?
is it called Zer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh?
Anyways.
God damn it, I gotta play that game.
No, you don't. It
No.
sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
I bought them the expansion
Dude,
pack.
Destiny goodbye fucking sponsor, bro.
It's fun with friends.
Okay.
But like, remember we said last or 2 episodes ago, we don't like video games anymore because it's like not with friends anymore. But
That's right.
anyways, back to boyish girls and
Yes.
princesses you like.
I need someone to be girly, like a girly girl, and that takes care of themselves. Like I need that. I don't like if they don't take care of themselves. Plus, I'm thinking about like if I'm 50 and they're older, they need to take care of themselves.
You just want some arm candy.
Dude, yes.
Is that it?
I need like yes, but if they're supposed to be cool, that's a plus.
So the crazy hot scale.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, have you seen that video?
Yeah.
When he's like
Drawing the graph and
yeah. When he goes, everybody's over here. Everybody's name is Tiffany. Everybody's name is over here.
this is the marriage zone.
Oh man, that is my favorite part. But yes, I disagree with Ruben, but there is definitely a certain point where they're like, if they're actually using the spoon to see their reflection, that's a bad thing. If they walk by a mirror and kind of check themselves out, it's all right. But if they stand there for a good like 30 minutes, that's a problem.
We have an acquaintance that every time she walked by anything that was reflective, she had to look at herself.
I know who you guys talking
It was
about.
impossible. It was impossible. She would like kind of like look and not try to make it obvious,
Yeah.
but we fucking knew that she was always checking herself out.
Yeah, there's a certain point. Like, that's beyond.
You can't walk past the mirror without looking.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like,
That's a deal killer for Ruben, right? Okay.
You said no words.
All right.
People still saw that, Ruben.
On iTunes, they won't.
Oh, true.
I did not inhale.
I did not have sexual relations with her. What was Clinton said?
That woman, I think.
That woman? Is
I
that
don't
what he
know.
said? I don't know. I can't remember what Clinton said. I wasn't even born. Well, I was born, but I wasn't old enough to know what politics was.
You were just a millennial.
I was just a millennial.
Young boy. Poor boy from a poor family.
Living in a small town world. Wait,
Skipped a few lines.
did I?
So what was your red flag again?
Mine, no humor. And I
No
think
humor.
it kind of ties into yours as to where, like, they can have intelligent conversation. So I've noticed that, like, I don't know, man. If I crack a joke, sometimes I know I'm funny. like,
Confidence. That's that confidence we're talking about.
Dude, I have this thing where it's happened in past relationships that I'll say things that I know you guys will laugh at,
Yeah.
and my girlfriend or date at the time doesn't laugh at it. I'm like, my friends laugh at this shit. Why don't you think I'm funny?
Right.
And I'm like, you're not right for me.
It's just standing there.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
Maybe I'm just gay for you guys.
yeah.
No, but like, I don't know. Do we just have different senses of humor, or
I think that is a thing, but I think certain things, no matter what, let's say this, are intended to be funny. So if I said something like that, like, hey, like, I know I'm hilarious, I expect you guys to laugh, but if you didn't, that would be very awkward. Even if, I don't know,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never laughed at your joke and not thought it was funny.
dude.
I've never fake laughed.
I love that, dude. Thank you.
That's how you know we're friends. We'll know. We'll let you know when it's not funny.
Yeah, dude, like,
that is true.
we'll just sit there and be like,
Just blank faced. But imagine that on a date. You know what I mean?
right.
Like even if it's not funny, pretend to be funny. Like pretend it was. Be nice. And I feel like if they don't think it's funny, maybe I'm not funny to them. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
I want to make that person laugh, and I get why you were like, I need to be funny.
Yeah.
So I'm not good looking, so I got to make them laugh.
Yeah, part of this reason why like I wanted to start this podcast is because I like having intelligent conversations and just talking about things.
Yeah.
And if I can't do that with someone I'm going to be with the rest of my life that I'm stuck with every day, I'm not going to be able to tolerate them, you know? If they can't bounce things off of me or like have a debate or any kind of intelligent conversation, I can't do it. Yeah.
That is definitely tough. Like you throw something out there and they're just like blank faced or like,
Right.
oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, that's,
I don't know.
yeah, that's a tough one. Or you say something that everybody commonly knows and they just don't know it.
Yeah.
You're just like, what the fuck?
Right.
Were you born? Like, you know? Yeah, that's a definite. And I think that as the way that ties into my thing is that like, if they're not intelligent enough to understand your joke, it's kind of like whoo, right over their head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see where you're coming from, Joey. They have to be decently. I think that has to be like just period, right? Like your intelligence levels have to match somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you could be like book smart and they could be like street smart and
Right.
shit would match up, but
Opposites attract, I guess.
yeah.
Dude, I saw this article that I can't quote it exactly, but it's saying like 70% of relationships that it's like a really tall dude and a really short chick are happy. Like they're more happy because of the height disparity.
That's weird. Just because they're opposites, you think?
I don't know why. I think it kind of tried to describe it. They didn't know why. They took a bunch of groups of couples and asked them about their happiness.
Yeah.
And the people that had a bigger height disparity were like happier in general than the people that weren't. And I think it was because like taller people tend to be more successful.
Okay.
So like having a better job, better looks. Like I'm not trying to boast right now. But,
all right, 6'5", 6'4",
6'4", bro.
Joey.
Come on,
God damn.
a little above average.
There you go.
No, but I think it was just like having to do with success. The girl is happier with the more successful person.
Gotcha. I saw this study recently that said that girls are happier with a man that's underneath their looks level. I guess that's that.
I don't get it.
So like, girls tend to be happier if they're hot.
Oh.
And the guy's ugly.
Okay, all right.
Instead of vice versa.
Because they have more confidence.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. The opposite.
Oh man, being cocky again, huh?
No, bro, I'm humble.
Okay. Yeah, dude, like I don't know. I see how opposites attract, and I feel like women are tend to be more insecure with like their looks.
Yeah.
So I could see like why an uglier, I don't want to say uglier, just
less
less
attractive.
blessed in their attractiveness, how they would be like attracted to that, I guess. Hence why I get hot girls. Yeah, this is the cockiness episode. What's up?
Do you guys think money can make or break a relationship?
To a certain extent.
What if two millennials deep in the hole of student debt get in a relationship?
They have something in common.
They both have two little spoons that dig their way out.
Well, they start dating and they live together. That are cutting living costs. That's one thing. So
Yeah, are we talking about six? So millennials is just technically a group that was born in that year, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about successful, like yuppie.
Well, first I just asked millennials,
Okay.
ones that are the typical millennial that's not a yuppie.
Okay. I feel like that could definitely be an issue.
Yeah.
Like I've known particularly women that if like you can't support them enough as like their fathers, then it's a no-go. And they're technically not successful on their own, but that's what they look for, because maybe they've grown accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle.
Right.
So I think it definitely can be a cutoff. But do you want to really be in a relationship with that person?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then as for yuppies, do you think that yuppies tend to seek yuppies in relationships?
Should I go?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Speak your mind.
I think yes and no. So I think as a yuppie, people are more tend to, like we said, not get married, not look for serious relationships. So in that end, no. Like they'll just do whatever that is attractive. But on the other end, I do think, like we said, we're more analytical towards things. So you see somebody successful or as successful as you are, that could be very attractive.
Right.
And if you see somebody that's like just down in the dumps, doesn't really give a fuck, that's not going to be attractive. So that's my 2 cents. You want to expand on that, Ruben?
Nope. Jay?
I do think that like social and economic status plays an effect in relationships. Like you said, someone that isn't as successful as you are isn't typically as attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a happy medium. But I think that, like you said, yuppies being successful, we analyze things and we look at things and we make decisions a little more logically instead of emotionally.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a tough choice.
Yeah. I also think like you don't have to necessarily be successful at the point that you meet somebody if you know that they're working towards something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you're in college, or you don't have to be in college, or you're trying to do something like start a podcast, whatever. it could be like attractive that way. So
I feel like getting married in college is too early.
Or so college age or just
Yes,
okay.
aged. So like before people would go to high school, they would get out of high school, they would mature. I feel like you don't start maturing until you're out of school. Looking back in college, I was very immature, and I couldn't imagine picking a partner being that immature.
Fun fact, the brain's not fully developed to the age of like 25, 26.
Your frontal lobe.
Yeah, you're not fully developed until
Did you say I have a big frontal lobe?
exactly. It's still developing. It's still developing.
Yeah, dude, I completely agree with that.
So how the hell? Go ahead.
I was a jackass in college. That's all I said.
So if your frontal lobe isn't developed till your mid-20s, how do people get married when they're 18, 19, 20? My parents got married when they were 20 or 21.
That's when like the life expectancy was like 50 though.
Dude, they're not that old.
I know, dude. I'm just fucking with you. I think it is very different when like kind of older generations, but
There wasn't enough research back in the day.
there you go.
Research
Yeah.
on like crazy spouses?
No, on the frontal lobe
Oh.
not being fully developed.
Bro, we're yuppies, bro.
Well, I
We
mean-
think logically.
Knowing that my frontal lobe is fully developed, I'm not saying now I can get married. I am enlightened.
I am ready.
It's funny.
Turkey's done.
What was the question again?
I don't think there was a question.
Okay. How do you think like people back then could get married,
Yeah, like
or how people do get married at that age?
I think that wasn't as hectic as we are now. That's another thing. Like
That's another thing.
we're
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
exactly. No, there's a lot that we have to do in order to get by, and like if you're trying to like how you're saying like proceed to something to just like you have a goal, you're trying to be ambitious, like that stuff gets in the way, stuff like that.
Back to yuppies being selfish,
Yeah.
thinking of themselves first before they try to find a mate.
Yep.
For better or for worse.
I think so.
I think it's better because you're getting yourself in a position to be ready for marriage and a solid relationship.
That makes sense. There's also a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more options. Like, this is gonna sound weird. Let me expand on this.
Like Bumble and Tinder.
Correct. So, and people, I feel like there's more like clubs. There's more. I don't know. There's more options.
Outlets.
Yeah. Before it used to be like, oh, that's your neighbor girl. You
should marry her.
Yeah, you knew her since you were a kid. That's who you're gonna end up with.
So you're saying the ocean has grown,
Yes.
or the sea?
And the fish population. And they wear tighter skirts. And all that good stuff.
For the record, he's not discriminating girls whatsoever.
No.
I mean,
Love them.
I've seen guys wear skirts too.
Exactly.
That powerful Irish. What is that skirt called?
A kilt.
Kilt. There you go. Is it Irish or Scottish?
Bro,
Yes.
I am not cultured.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Scottish though.
Okay. We'll go Scottish.
Ruben, you had something to tell us. You're all excited about it.
So, it's an interesting article on CNN. Have you guys heard of cuckolding? Cuckolding?
Is that like a British thing for homosexuals?
No, it's for when you and your partner or you and your your loved one or whatever have another person come in.
Oh yeah. And you
Yeah.
watch.
Yes.
Little fun fact, just to let you know, this goes, cuckolding is male version. There's also a cuck-queen.
Wait, what?
Swear to God, this is for the female version. But go ahead and expand on that.
Dude, I thought cuckold was like a British slang also. But yes, I have heard of a cuckold.
There's
There's
quite
an
a
article-
few categories out there.
There's an article on CNN. Cuckolding can be positive for some couples, study says. CNN has an article on it saying that it's a positive experience.
CNN?
CNN.
That just reminded me. Did you see what Joe Rogan posted about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to?
No, I don't recall. If you got it, I saw the post, but I didn't like.
It was just like, how the fuck is CNN coming up with these studies? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you get a couple to agree? Like, we're gonna try this out. Like, how about we get another dude to bang your wife, and
Or
we'll see how you feel. Yeah, we'll see how you feel about it. Oh man.
So if anyone's out there and they're having trouble in the relationship, it's just an option. Study says according to CNN. I don't know what. I didn't read all the article, but
Dude, that's
I'm gonna post an ad on Craigslist, cuckold for hire.
ooh, cuckold for hire. Dude, that's such a thing though, man. Like, I personally don't get it, but people like seeing other people being their wives.
Wow, it was really popular in the 1800s.
Cuckolding?
Yeah.
That's really weird. Yeah, man. I feel like I don't know. I think it's more common with people that, this is going to sound weird, but are restricted sexually young. And like when they're growing up, so like religious people.
They just get freaky.
Yeah, they just get real freaky. Real freaky deaky.
I like you freaky. Oh, I think you're freaky, and I like you a lot. Is that how it goes? Right?
It is, yeah.
We're going to have to play a song afterwards because I don't remember that one.
It'll be our natural song.
It's
someday.
the Antwoord,
That was loud.
South African culture. Ninja. So take away from friendships and intimate relationships.
Keep your friends close. They're very valuable.
Be yourself. Make other people feel comfortable.
Make time for your friends. That's another thing too. It's really hard, but those are important people. I think it's important to, make sure you give them time.
But also be accepting if your friends aren't responsive.
That's another thing too.
Yes.
Because you don't know what they're going through.
And then also be forgiving when they're late to every single
No, dude,
event.
that's a red flag.
Oh, that's a red flag.
No.
That's what
Damn
you
it, guys.
So next week we're gonna be having a new host.
Oh, God damn
We're having
it.
one replaced.
I told you guys I'm never leaving.
Persistence?
Yes.
Was that
persistence.
another takeaway? Persistence?
Maybe. I don't know. Another takeaway, don't be a creep.
Have confidence when dating.
Make time for your friends to be nice.
I still think try, as in when you go out and date, like don't. Joey was saying like be yourself, and yes, be yourself, but you got to put. I think you have to put just some effort. That's my thought.
Yeah. Agreed. Be considerate about the other person.
Yes. Don't be a creep.
You guys like worried about this sexual harassment stuff going around, or?
Like while we're saying all this?
Yeah, you guys seem very hesitant.
I don't know.
Have you experienced this before?
Like sexual harassment?
If she says no, you don't do it. Also have a contract with you just in case.
Also, girls out there, just tell us. Be blunt. Don't play games.
Yes. So, dude, I don't know about that one.
Fuck.
I like
The chase.
like what?
The chase?
Yes, but I also like when people are nice. Like if somebody's
If they're gonna ignore you, that's not nice.
yeah, that's
If they're gonna
that's
tell
fucked
you,
up.
I'm sorry, I don't like you, this isn't gonna work out. Does that mean?
This is what I mean.
Okay.
Like imagine we've all seen it.
Imagination.
Yeah, man. So
Sea of
some
Dragons.
dude just goes up to a girl. He's going out of his fucking way to be like, hey, try to start a conversation. She's like, no thanks. Never gonna happen. A little too blunt.
Out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little too blunt. Maybe be like, I don't like you in that way. Maybe be cool with them for like 10 minutes. And
Or
then
just lie and say you have a boyfriend.
you could do that.
It's a strange times. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you?
I don't know. There's a line. Don't cross it.
Don't cross that line. Find the line.
Nobody
don't
knows
cross it.
Nobody knows the line.
Don't try to find the line though. Too. You
think-
might go way past that line and then end up being.
Sometimes you gotta tiptoe, baby. You gotta be on the line.
Dance on it.
But where's the new line? The line has
I
moved
don't
back
know, man. It depends. person to
significantly.
person.
True. That's true.
Where's that new? That's what I'm saying. Where's that new line?
Here's what I can say about it. Like, dudes, don't be afraid to go and try to tiptoe that line. Don't be a creep. Girls, be nice about it.
Please.
And deny where you need to. Be firm where you need to. And everything should work itself out.
Be firm. Where you need
Where
to.
you need to. Yep.
Does everyone be nice? That'd be nice if everyone could be nice to each other.
Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we? That was like on my first CD that I had burnt
Was
for
that-
me back in the
Was
day.
that on your MySpace page?
Probably. And that's when I had 0 friends.
I had pop lock and drop it.
Dang.
I think my first song was Social Distortion.
That's a
Don't drag
band.
me down.
Okay. That's a band. And we're out.
And we're out.
And we're out. Thank you guys for listening. Hope we shredded. I hope we shedded some light.
Shredded, bruh.
Very controversial topics. And again, this is just our points of opinion. I hope you enjoyed. Tune in next time.
Insert Ruben disclaimer.
The following Thanks for tuning in to the Yup Life.
If you enjoyed it, leave us a rating and a review on iTunes, or just follow us at the Up Life Podcast.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play Music.
Stay yuppie.